The University of Southern Mississippi, once known as Mississippi Southern College, holds a special piece of civil rights history in the state.
During the 1950s, civil rights pioneer Clyde Kennard tried to enroll in the school. Tonight, Fox 23's Corey Howard gives us the last piece of his special report regarding the civil rights movement within the Pine Belt.
Over the years, the University of Southern Mississippi visibly changed. Everything from the school's name to its students.
Clyde Kennard in the 1950s tried to enroll at Mississippi Southern College at the time, which was the university, it would become University of Southern Mississippi. But he just made an honest attempt to try to come to a school that was nearby his home.
Clyde Kennard paved the way for what we see today. Students of all races and ethnicities attending the college of their choice within the state of Mississippi. After serving in the Korean War, this veteran came home to find himself fighting another war within his own country, desegregation.
So he tried to enroll several times, at least 3 times.
And Kennard didn't get accepted either time. Despite having already completed 3 years of his undergraduate degree at the University of Chicago and maintaining good grades, Kennard's race stood as a barrier between him and Mississippi Southern College.
And unfortunately, by that 3rd attempt, he had gotten the attention of the statewide Sovereignty Commission.
The Mississippi Sovereignty Commission, a state agency established to preserve segregation.
And from that, it went, the blocking of him from going any further. There were different obstacles placed before him. At one point, he had to get letters of support from at least 10 alumni. And at the time, that would have been all white alumni whom they knew would have been impossible for him to get support for his application.
And the backbreaker to Kennard's dream came on Tuesday, September 15, 1959, when 2 Hattiesburg constables arrested Kennard for reckless driving.
The reasons, well, the false arrest, they gave these trumped up charges. That one, that it was on the charge of alcoholism. They planted liquor in his car, and everyone in his community knew that he was a devout Christian. He did not drink, so they knew that that couldn't have been the case. And the second one, he was accused of stealing chicken feed, or at least creating this scheme to steal chicken feed from a local co-op. And that was the last one that really led to the arrest that would take him to Parchman Farm.
Kennard became ill while in prison and died soon after his release.
So I guess you'll say, in terms of civil rights in Hattiesburg, the Clyde Kennard story is a little known event in the civil rights movement.
A story Sharita Johnson feels more people need to know. That's why Johnson, along with a few of her colleagues, decided to create a documentary about Kennard's story.
Tonight's film on Clyde Kennard was outstanding because it helps us remember a true civil rights pioneer. His story is one of the most courageous and compelling of the whole civil rights movement.
He was a trailblazer, and in applying for Southern Miss when he did, he laid the groundwork for the desegregation of Southern Miss in 1965 and contributed to what we see at Southern Miss today.
Well, fortunately, what we have is actually what Clyde Kennard predicted would happen. One of the things he wrote about in his letters was that in order for us to fully understand ourselves, we must be trained together in our youth. And that's quoting from his letters verbatim. He felt that education, the classroom, was how we were going to move forward, how we would get beyond these issues of race and conflict. Once we could learn together and eventually, learn and live together and grow together. That was his goal. And so today we are living on that legacy.
A legacy passed down through generations, paving the way for what we see today. I tell you these stories not to pull people apart, but to highlight how powerful we become when we work together. Regardless of color or ethnicity, love and understanding for each other takes us further than hate and division. With that said, let's continue to love each other and strive to make the world a better place. Corey Howard, Fox 23 News.
The school became desegregated in 1965.